Good morning. How's it going, guys? Wednesday morning, day after the election. Still, of course, undecided unrest, but I just wanted to hop on here and share something with you that I thought was really cool and inspiring. And I'm joining you here from Iowa with one Naomi right there and Zoe right there. They're surrounding me, and actually, I'm just glad that they're actually finally laying down. Hey, Becca. Good, I'm glad you can hear. Let me know where you guys are watching from, what you're up to today. Hopefully having a much calmer day than yesterday. Maybe not. I was surprised how calm and collected I was this morning. It was a long day yesterday, and I just wanted to hop on here and share a couple of thoughts with you guys this morning. And after the end of this week, I'll just move this all over onto my other personal, I guess, page that's outside my personal page, but not really a business page either. But it's called Heart to Heart with Jen, and I'll stop bombarding your feeds in my public feed after this week. So, yes, beautiful Utah, awesome, Becca. Diana, Kansas City. Oh man, every time I see things from you and some other friends there, I always miss Kansas City, and I'm definitely going to spend some time there after these kids are done with their school, and I'm often running around myself and dragging Keith along behind me. You guys get me all natural this morning. Got up and had some quiet time, and now I was just reading something and I can't help but share, and hopefully it'll be a blessing to you too. Hopefully, you guys are going to be really warm in Kansas City. It's going to be 70s this week. We're so fortunate and blessed. I love being able to have it be freezing cold and then give us another little shot of warm before we go into winter. Yeah. Hey, Becca, thank you. I love doing these too, and I'm hoping that it'll be, just something that can, the more we share, I think, the more we share our thoughts and things like that are, of course, obviously positive, inspiring. It can maybe inspire other people too, and so I want to try and do these more often. Like I said, I want to try and move it over onto Jen, Heart to Heart with Jen. I'll post that in here a little bit later, but just so I'm not bombarding 5,000 people with my Facebook Lives. If you feel like it's a blessing, please head over there and watch it or share it. I'd love to have lots of ideas from different people. And eventually, as I mentioned last week, I would like to try and bring on people to kind of have a conversation and learn from. So anyway, so I was reading this, and lots of you guys who have known me for a while, I get this devotional I give to Dr. David Jeremiah with Turning Points. And I've been watching him for, my goodness, probably 20 years, watching and listening and doing some of his Bible studies and things. And one of the stories that he was sharing today, I want to read a little bit of it to you guys that I think that would be really great for all of us to learn from, is that really about jumping into the unknown, and how he says here, no one ever said that moving forward in life would be without opposition. Can I get an amen? Anybody have anything that you have thought about, an idea or a plan? Naomi, lay down. You're making me nervous. Hey, Deb. Hey, Karen. Anyway, so anybody have anything that you've, had an idea of something you wanted to do, but yet some people came up alongside you and said, that's impossible, that's a terrible idea. Why would you ever want to do something like that? And really just deterring what it is that you want to do. And I know that I've experienced that in my life, but usually I'm the loud, obnoxious one and say, I'm going to do it anyway. Ask Keith all about it. He'll tell you all the things that I've tried and thought were great ideas. But anyway, so he was just talking about in the story that I'll just read a little caption for you about how there's always opposition that's going to come against you, even for things that later on in retrospect turn out to be incredible ideas. And I just thought it was really impactful. So let me just read a little bit of this to you. It says, there is a large horizontal art poster I admire. Horizontally, it measures about 3 feet by 1.5 feet. It consists of 6 vertical photographs of the construction of the Eiffel Tower in Paris from 1887 to 1889. Moving from the left to the right, the first photo shows the bare construction site at its earliest point. earliest stage, while the sixth photo is the completed tower. Number one, I love history, so I love this kind of stuff. And he said the camera's location is at the same spot, so the observer sees all the benchmarks at the 6 different times of when the tower was going up. And he said on here how much opposition that Gustav Eiffel encountered. He just said there's lots of obstacles and opposition. In fact, he said that there was a committee of over 300 prominent leaders that submitted a public petition against the tower's construction for the 1889 World's Fair in Paris. And I thought, oh my goodness, number one, how cool is that in history? But number two, can you imagine if we had a world that didn't have the Eiffel Tower in it? I don't know how many of you guys have been to the Eiffel Tower, first of all. I have never been, but I'm going to. As soon as the world opens back up and I force Keith to start traveling the world with me, that's absolutely going to be one of my first stops. But if you've been there, definitely comment below and let me know that you've been there or you know somebody who's been there, because I would love to see some pictures. But I just thought that was so interesting that even Gustav, Eiffel, that he encountered so much opposition that how many of us, me, give me a high five. How many of us would, when you have an idea like he did, maybe it's not the Eiffel Tower, but maybe it's something big in your life, that as soon as the first obstacle or the first person who comes along and tells you you're crazy, that you just stop in your tracks. That was convicting to me this morning, because I know that there's lots of things that, that I have many more failures than I have had successes. And, and yet I'm grateful that I just was able to keep moving on. But sometimes I think when you pile up different things that you've tried, that it's easy to quit and on another incredible idea or, some sort of dream that you had in your heart. And so, but the trouble with that is that, that you can look back in history and all kinds of people who were creative and entrepreneurial or inventors, all these different kinds of people who tried hundreds of things before they ever came up with this brilliant idea that now we cannot even, how it's impacted humankind, that we can't even imagine living without it. And so I want to challenge you today is to really think about what it is, the ideas that you've had, whether maybe there's some right now that God planted in your heart and you just never have taken a step of faith to go and pursue that. I would challenge you to start writing down the reasons why you think this is a brilliant idea. He says in here that, everything starts with a blueprint. So, something that pops into your mind or something that you maybe have had buried in your heart for a long, long time, what is it that you have not taken a step of faith to go out and pursue? And, starting to scribble those, I find that scribbling things down on a piece of paper or having some quiet place or quiet time. Hey, Lori, when she's on the beach, like having that quiet time to be able to be by yourself and being able to, map out what it is, why do I think this is a brilliant idea? Who could this help and serve or bless? And what would be the steps of actually doing that? Sometimes when we just brain dump, I think it just helps us even more secure our reasoning why we think we need to, go forth and take the step of faith like Gustav did and maybe even impact the world. Who knows? You don't know what that might be. And maybe it's just going to be your circle of influence. Maybe it's going to be worldwide. Who knows? But one of the things he did say about the blueprint is that even though he made modifications and he made some changes, he kept moving forward and challenges us. What vision or blueprint do you have for moving forward in your life? Or maybe that idea, or maybe that whatever it might be. And he just says we have to take and transform the bare patch, or kind of like the first phase of this picture that he was talking about, and identify the new ground that's waiting for you to claim. So I thought that was incredibly impactful. I hope it was incredibly impactful for you too. And I would challenge you here. Have you ever had an idea that popped into your mind or your heart that you did not take the step of faith to at least start scribbling stuff down about what it would take to actually pursue that? Why would it be a blessing? And then maybe you can even post in here too, is what have you done that you pursued and that you've had incredible success and blessed yourself as much as you've blessed other people? I want to hear about that too. So post in here below, guys. And again, I hope that that's a blessing as much for you as it was for me. And I would love to hear your feedback. Again, follow Heart to Heart with Jen. We'll start posting more of these at the end of this week, moving over there. And of course, you can follow me on Instagram as well, Jen Furness. Just Jen Furness. I hope you guys are having a great day, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.